To the Colts now, who are battling it out on the West Coast against the LA Rams. The game is still on, and our Brandon Schaff has been watching it all afternoon. He joins us now in studio with where the Colts stand now and what it'll take to get a win. Hey, Brandon.
Yeah, hey there, Sam. The Colts started this season 3-0. That's for the first time since 2009. Back then, Peyton Manning was still the signal caller and won the MVP. Well, this year's Colts, looking to stay undefeated today, faced a road test against the Rams with quarterback Daniel Jones at the helm. It was a slow start for Jones. His deep pass intercepted by Cameron Curl a couple of minutes into the game. The Rams scored a field goal on the next drive, leading 3-0. Jones responding, leading a drive into field goal range for Spencer Schrader, that 26-year-old from Westfield, hitting a 52-yard field goal, which tied the game at 3. And in the second quarter, the Colts found that rhythm offensively, driving into the red zone, where they went for it on 4th and 1 at the 2-yard line. Tight end Tyler Warren powering through into the end zone for a touchdown. Colts taking the lead 10-3. Well, the Rams kept it close, responding with a 37-yard field goal by Joshua Carty, making it 10-6. And on the final drive of the half, the Rams scored a touchdown with just 7 seconds left. And now in the third quarter, it is 13-10. So they are still continuing. And next up for the Colts, they'll be back home to Indy to host the Raiders next Sunday. Sam?
All right, Brandon, we're keeping an eye on it. We're watching the Colts. See how they pull out here in the second half. Of course, we're following that. Dom will have a recap for us later tonight as well. So a lot of sports going on for Indy sports fans. It's been an exciting day.
It has been. I've really been quiet in the weather department. The sports has had all the fun, exciting information, but temperatures are going to stay warm. We're also going to be looking ahead to the next week. Look at temperatures right now. We're at 87. We made it up to 88 today for our official high temperature. Temperatures a little closer, and you can see it's a mix of 80s, upper 80s for some of you. Yes, there were a few locations as expected that hit 90 degrees. I think tomorrow we're going to do a very similar forecast, but through this evening you're going to see the temperatures cool down pretty quickly. We saw that yesterday. We're going to see almost an identical forecast for today. So even though it has been mild, it's been on the hot side, it'll be mild through this evening, and then it'll cool off and actually feel quite comfortable as we get through the overnight hours. That'll set us up for a cool start to tomorrow, but we're going to warm up quickly again into the 50s. Yet again, all of the right ingredients in place to cool us down. Clear skies, light winds, dry air in place. So starting in the 50s and then looking ahead to tomorrow's forecast, we'll take these 50s, we'll move them back into the upper 80s for many of you. Plenty more sunshine in the 7-day forecast. I also have a look at 2 tropical systems that we're watching. A new tropical storm. I'll talk about where Imelda is heading coming up.
Rob, we'll see you then. Thank you.
Yeah.
Tonight, one person is dead and police are now searching for suspects after a shooting on Indy's southeast side. It happened in broad daylight around 11:30 this morning near a gas station at Southeastern and Emerson. When officers got there, they say they couldn't find the victim, and they later learned someone drove the man who was shot to the hospital where police say he died. And so now Metro Police say they are determined to find the person or people responsible.
This gas station, same community members go here every day, day in, day out, affected by a very tragic incident where someone's life has been taken. I know you're thinking about last weekend. Chief Bailey has hammered this. We will continue to go after these individuals involved in this violent crime.
Metro Police also tell us they did detain a witness at the scene who they say is cooperating. If you know something about what happened, police want to hear from you right away. Today, nearly 800 people from across 3 states gathered in Indianapolis to celebrate the Durga Puja. It's one of the biggest Bengali celebrations of the season, and our Ella Rhodes was there, and she talked to folks who say they want to keep their culture alive.
People prayed and worshipped Ma Durga in one of many sacred rituals during the tri-state Durga Puja celebration. The Bengali Association of Indiana hosted this year's festival, which drew in hundreds of people from Ohio, Kentucky, and Indiana. Association President Nandita Das describes the celebration as a homecoming for one of their most powerful Hindu goddesses, Durga.
We basically welcome her home and we celebrate with her. And, it's kind of a celebration of good over evil.
Prayer, music, food, and colorful traditional clothing covered the festival wall to wall. Das says this event helps second and third generation families stay connected to their culture.
This is an opportunity for us to teach our children what it means for the culture. So it is our legacy going forward. We tell them what it means, and they hopefully will take it forward when we are long gone.
It's why Dr. Devika Chakrabarti came from Wisconsin. She grew up coming to this celebration and wants to keep up the tradition.
I think it's so easy to forget when you live in the United States and our day-to-day is so Americanized. But being in these kinds of situations with the food and the, sticking to like the true roots of the culture is very helpful in a way that feels like we're in India.
A homecoming in more ways than one. In Indianapolis, Ella Rhodes, 13 News.
Happening tomorrow, there will be another vigil outside the Miami Correctional Facility to pray for the immigrant community. Organizers tell us people of many faiths will get together to show support for the immigrant community and to call on elected officials to, quote, pursue transparency, accountability, and policies rooted in compassion and justice. Earlier today, I talked to a pastor who says they feel it is their duty to continue to pray.
I understand where the governor and the government wants to tackle crime. I get that. I understand that. But we cannot forget that people that they are detaining are humans, and they deserve compassion. They deserve due process, and they deserve respect.
So tomorrow's vigil will include scripture readings, songs, and prayer. That starts at 2 o'clock outside the facility.
Well, we are looking at more warm temperatures. No big surprise in our forecast, but there are some changes in the tropical update. I'll explain where Imelda is heading coming up.
And Ukraine now recovering from a massive aerial assault. You'll hear from a family who barely escaped. That's still ahead.